Benvenuti to the Medici chapel here in Florence. This is the chapel of one of the most powerful families in all Florentine history, the Medici, and they ruled for 300 years, and this was built between the 1500s and the 1600s. It is an immense structure. I'm going to show you around, and then we're going to walk outside for a little bit. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Ariel, and this is Urbanist. The great Medici. We got Ferdinand, Cosimo II, and their sarcophaguses. They are entombed here. We got the other Cosimo. There's a lot of Cosimos within the Medici family. A lot of them were either named Ferdinand or Cosimo because they interchanged those names over and over again. It was normal in Florentine history and customs to name your son after their grandfather. So if you had a son named Cosimo, I don't think they appreciate talking. So if you had a son named Ferdinand, then you have to later name your son Cosimo. Look at this fresco. I crink my head so you don't have to. He's rather militant, just like the Medici. She was saying, don't touch, to me and to like two other people at the same time. Magnificent. Thank you so much, Arun, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Here's another Cosimo, Cosimo the Third. Hello, Kay. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Inspire Life. The floor is amazing. Oh yeah. Look at this. The fleur de lis, the symbol used by the Medici. Magnus in a statue, and also 19th is missing a statue. It's incredible how it retains its color even 500 years. It's still colorful. Are these frescoes? Yes, they are. So yeah, the fleur de lis is the Florentine symbol, and then the Medici right here. touch, ladies and gentlemen. Irene, are there protections against footwear? No. I see women with flip-flops and sneakers and Doc Marten boots. And jetpack boots and everything. Yeah, I see all types of. Sweet. So what we're seeing right now is a collection of relics. Relics were very powerful tools of gaining more patrons in any church and also more money, because those patrons would donate money to said church. So the Medici really were adamant in collecting all these different relics. Relics are basically heirlooms or actual pieces of people, bones of saints and other notable figures in Catholic Christian history. So here we have, for example, one of San Giovanni. Wow, that's beautiful. Hey, Ariel. Uh, my father's tuning in. Welcome. The videos are more beautiful when we see you, says Camila. They are? I'm not designed by Michelangelo. Not sure if I can compete with the Michelangelo. Is this a huge dome? Yeah, it is. Massive dome. Domo, of course, is bigger, but this is a dome nonetheless. Mighty Bull, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Wow. I don't want to leave. Crown over here. Now that's a crown. B. Griffith says, just your average. You are the Michelangelo wandering, says Jason. Indeed they did. Indeed they did. Why don't our billionaires make beautiful artworks like these? Come on, guys. Come on, Elon Musk. You're in Florence right now. Take some inspiration and build us a gigantic, beautiful Tesla charge station that's like this. Should I tell that to Elon Musk when we hang out a little bit later tonight? Let me know. Tammany says that's where I left my crown. What crown is that exactly? Duke of Florence? Probably, yes. Mark says Tesla Temple. Yeah, why not? Why don't we have a Tesla Temple? Why don't we have an Amazon chapel that's gilded in gold? And in the blood, sweat, and tears of Amazon employees all around the world. Come on, Jeff Bezos. These fake cushions always look so comfy, but then I realized, wait a minute, they're pure stone. Make sure to show him the chronovisor you bought from the Pope, says P. Griffin. Matt Lee says the Medicis were worth $129 billion. Timothy says, you want a car to Mars or you want a hunk of lead shaped like a rocket? Nah, I get that's what he's offering, but I don't know. I prefer this. The Amazon Prime chapel would be something. Yeah, that would require to leave. I gotta leave eventually, but I don't want to. Yeah, they're still. Also, popes. Yeah, can anyone let me know? I didn't look that deep into the history. Okay, so I'm gonna use this for my New York City apartment. I'm just gonna buy this tiling If anyone knows a good tiler, a good floor maker, well, I'm looking for something like this just for my Soho penthouse. All right.
Telephone, but you cannot use the stick.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Thank you
that's
so
okay,
much.
that's okay.
Vedo che stanno uscendo. Io
So here's the Michelangelo Dome. So all these works are by Michelangelo. Ladies and gentlemen, Michelangelo himself, of the Pieta fame, Moses, Sistine Chapel. David. So the new sacristy, Giuliano, Duke of Nemours, and his nephew Lorenzo, Duke of Urbino. The undertaking was completed by Pope Clement the 7th in 1520. The task was entrusted to Michelangelo, who worked on it until he definitely moved to Rome in 1534. By the order of Cosimo I between 1555 and 1559, Giorgio Vasari and Bernardo Buontalenti gave the sacristy its present aspect with the mortal remains of Lorenzo the Magnificent. So a lot of famous names have worked on this: Michelangelo, Vasari, and Buontalenti. The architectural structure is analogous to Brunelleschi's old sacristy, which is similar to the Pantheon, this coffered ceiling up here, similar to the Pantheon. And sorry for the shaky cam. They don't allow gimbals, at least not in this room. The other room is okay, not this one. So this is the crowning, the lantern of the new sacristy. Michelangelo chose, in place of the traditional cross-bearing sphere, a polyhedron made of 60 triangular segments of polyhedron, which could also be a 4D geometric shape set on the edges of the dodecahedron. Oh my god, he used 4D shapes for this. That's interesting. Forming a solid with 12 pentagonal based pyramids, a solid whose form was intended to enhance the variations of light while alluding to the Medici device of the diamond. Fascinating. That is very kind of modern for Michelangelo. That's interesting. Clement the 7th was a Medici Pope. Thank you so much, Griffin. So, yep, Medici's did get to the papacy with Clement the 7th. Let's go over here. If you read Latin, or is this Latin? It probably is Latin. Do let me know. People keep correcting me on the I can pronounce. Alright, let me show it to you from the outside. Let's go. Alright. So we are outside. That was highly recommend this. Chapelle Medici. Absolutely mind-blowing, as evidently, which you saw right now. Did Michelangelo sculpt the gift shop counter? If only he did. Michelangelo was a man of many talents, but making gift shops wasn't one of them. Let me, I gotta adjust my gimbal a little bit before I show you the top, so bear with me. You're in for a bumpy ride, everyone. Very bumpy ride. You're gonna see big fingers, like a monster movie. Like the tentacles of a huge monster attacking the movie screen. All right, there we go. All right, cool. So yeah, the woman was telling me no gimbal for the chapel specifically. She didn't mention any time else. She saw me the entire time walking around. But for Michelangelo's chapel, a big no-no. So that was funny. Very militant, just like the Medici. So I highly recommend this place. It's a absolutely wonderful chapel. I went to the Uffizi Gallery earlier, and I couldn't film inside because they strictly said no video. But beyond that, I wasn't so impressed. And I'm not a huge fan of Renaissance art, unless if it's on frescoes or on the walls or on the very churches themselves. Otherwise, if it's just a bunch of paintings, I'm not so interested. So if you are more interested in seeing Renaissance art on the very walls, on the very places where they're meant to be, highly recommend coming to the chapel and coming to these kind of churches to see Renaissance art and where it's supposed to be. Uffizi was, it felt like a gigantic section of the Renaissance art of the Met, which if you're a fan of that, I think you enjoy. That's just a pro tip. Especially if you're on a budget, Uffizi is going to cost you €25. This is only going to cost you $8 if you reserve online. So let me see if I can show you a little bit better the dome. Hey Bella, nice to see you here. Hello Victoria. Welcome. I bet people use their sticks to reach areas where they shouldn't. I guess that's why. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people with selfie sticks, and they could be rather annoying because it's so long, and they do reach it to very close to certain objects. So here's the outside. My wife Angela loves your work and said thank you, says Anthony. Oh, Anthony, thank you so much for you and Angela for tuning in. I'm so glad she enjoys my work. Grant says I can understand the no gimbal rule pre-COVID, but now it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. What I'm bummed about now with the pandemic is that you have to line up to get into a bunch of churches. So yesterday in Siena, the church was closed by like 4:30 p.m. 5:30 I think is when they closed. Here the Duomo closes at around 4:30. It closed way too early, and then you gotta line up for them. When, you know, Cathedral, you used to be able to walk in unless if it was St. Peter's, because that's massively popular. But even the Basilica of San Guadalupe in Mexico City, I was able to just walk in and didn't get super crowded. And that's one of the most visited, that is the most visited basilica in the world. So I don't get it. It's kind of a bummer with these new rules. Hey, Victoria. Victoria dice, Victoria, el nombre mío es Ariel, no Alex, Ariel. My name is Ariel. So Victoria dice, Victoria says, do I live in Italy now? Am I Italian? No vivo en Italia. Estoy aquí unas cuantas semanas. Yo no creo que yo viviría aquí. Es bien bonito, me encanta viajar aquí, pero no vivir. No, I'm not living in Italy. I don't think I would live here. I enjoy it traveling. It's really fun. I enjoy like seeing the sights and making videos of it. But I don't think I would ever live in Italy. So there we go. That's the dome that we saw. The main one with all the tombs. Why visit Lisbon? Yes, I would 100% would. Irvin, 100%. So look at that. You won't walk into La Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, not in August. Why is that, Paul? It closed in August? Kat says, why wouldn't you live here? As with all things, I ask that people don't take it too personally. It's like having friends. Sometimes you have a friend or a significant other where you really get along with. And then there's others that you like hanging out with every so often, a friend, but not all the time. So Italy is like that, you know. It's just a different culture from what I vibe with on a much deeper level. So as I mentioned, it's like that friend that I would hang out with from time to time and have a really good time. But it's not like that friend I would hang out with every single day and chat for hours on den or something like that. So to me, that's Italy. That doesn't detract how gorgeous this place is. And I think it's important to be honest, because especially in American culture, we tend to be a culture of overhyping. We tend to be hype beasts in America, which Italy is actually quite the opposite. And I've learned, oh yeah, wow, us Americans do tend to hype things up. Sometimes it does pay off to just be a little bit more honest. See the positive of things, but you know, it's okay. It's okay if you are not massively deeply in love with the place. That's okay. You can still enjoy it nonetheless, and enjoy it deeply, and it'll linger with you for years to come. Think about that. Let me know what you think. Is New York City the friend you can chat forever? Yeah, New York City, London, and oh no, I feel like I need to spend more time in Mexico. I'm very curious about it. ¿Dónde estamos hoy? Disculpa. Estamos ahora en una piazza que se llama San Lorenzo y este es las tumbas de la familia Medici, que era la familia que eran dueños de Florencia por 300 años. So we are in the Piazza of San Lorenzo, and this is the main church, the main chapel where all the Medici are entombed, or many of the Medici are entombed. Susan says, I completely understand where you're coming from. I agree. That's why we have a vacation, so we can enjoy certain places, says Mark. Right. Hey, RSS, thank you so much for a €3 super chat. I really appreciate you. Are you planning to visit San Gimignano? No, Dean. This is my last weekend in Florence. So I don't intend on making any other day trip. But who knows where I'll be next week. Stay tuned. I'll tell you when I'll go live. But as to where, you'll find out. Maybe it's Staten Island. Maybe it's just Staten Island. Who knows? So Esfield says, once again, it's pronounced Medici. How? How do you say that E? I every time I hear it, it's Medici. It's those language things are so damn annoying. Because being a Spanish speaker, it sounds, Spanish is such a phonetic language, and Italian is supposed to be phonetic as well, but they pronounce certain vowels slightly differently, or combinations of vowels slightly differently. So yes, they're both phonetic, but if you use your Spanish pronounce it phonetically in Spanish, you'll get it completely, sometimes completely wrong, and sometimes completely correct. And that's so deeply annoying. So damn Italians, why are you not speaking Spanish? Medici. Yeah, Timothy, that's exactly what I've been saying the entire time. Medici. Camila says, please stop with Staten Island. Camila, you don't want to go to Staten Island? What? You don't want to go to Staten Island, Camila? It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Rebecca says, I love all you do. Mille grazie. Oh, my pleasure, Rebecca. Lena, send a super chat. Kenya, thank you so much for a $2 super chat. And Arun as well. This is massive. Oh yes, it is. Franca says, Italy is a superior language. That's up to debate, Franca. It's 102 degrees, yeah, it is. So it's a bit warm today. Is the Central Market open? Says Maisie. It is like half of it is closed. I was gonna show it one day, but it was just that it seemed so so sad in terms of half it being closed and it just being so empty that I didn't show it. It's nice and shady here. Yes, it is nice and shady over here. So let me show you a little bit of San Lorenzo. Camilo says, drink plenty of water and magnesium. You know, the great thing about Italy is that you can drink, there's always mineral water in the bottles, and sparkling water also is mineral water. So you're always getting those minerals from drinking water basically anywhere in Italy. So you can go to a restaurant, you can buy a quick bottle of water at the stand or at the kiosk or at a any type of shop, which is not the same thing in America, because America usually sells water that is not mineral water. Is water expensive? It can be, yeah. It's outside you will find it for €1. If you're right next to a major tourist stop, they might charge you as much as €150. So that is anywhere between $1.20 to about $1.80, which is still not as expensive as, say, like a Disney World or Times Square, but yeah, it could stack up. So pro tip, buy water from the supermarkets all around, and you can buy a pack for maybe €2, and you'll save yourself a lot of money. Camilla says I add salt to the water when it's very hot. Oh, you do, Camilla? Yeah. So there we go. That was a little perspective of San Lorenzo. Oh, here's a better view of the dome. Pierre says both Italian and Greek content has exceeded my expectations. I'm so glad, Bear. Thank you so much for tuning in. What is the gold plaque on the building? Ooh, what are you referring to? B. Griffin. Are you allowed to go to the top of the dome? No. There's only like a flag up there. What appears to be a flag. Or maybe a cross goes up there. But no. Yeah, no way to go to the top of the dome publicly, at least. Margaret says, I found a Polish store down one of the side streets. And gold plaques. These are, they either announce here it's a studio. So sometimes it's like offices. These are doorbells and these. And any of these buildings that you might see all around. I went to Florence a few years ago and made it to the point to find the Jersey Shore house. Oh my God. 2020. Was that Italy season here in Florence? I didn't realize. Why would they come to Florence out of all places? Definitely not the best place to party. I didn't realize Jersey Shore. I forgot that Jersey Shore took place here. Now I'm very curious to find the house. That's fascinating. Yeah. Can we go to a Ferrari factory? The Ferrari factory. I don't know where that is located. And Kenya says it's super hot. Heading over to the pool now with my munchkin. Yes, definitely do that. Ariel, would you be going to the top of the dome with Elon in the wee hours of the night when nobody's around? Says B. Griffin. Of course. It's funny. I've already been in a few properties. I've been to Capri and Positano, where J-Lo and Ben Affleck are located. We're visiting. And then I was in Rome, and the same sites in Rome, St. Peter's Basilica, where Heidi Klum was visiting. And now I'm in Florence. Oh, I was in the Greek islands. And while I was in the Greek islands, Jeff Bezos was visiting the Greek islands. And I think he stopped as I was going to one of them. And then now I am in the same city that Elon Musk is in. So it's very interesting. I'm being followed around by a bunch of billionaires. Pesky billionaires. All around me. Following me. Or millionaires, because Jersey Shore house is in Italy. Duomo. The house used to film the TV series. Thank you so much, Matt. So right by the Piazza Duomo. And Seyan says, how are you? I'm doing well. And that would be fun if you find the Jersey Shore house. How far is the Brooklyn Bridge? About or plane ride away, and then you have to walk over there, take a taxi over there. So you to the Brooklyn Bridge. Irvin says you're a billionaire magnet. The billionaires are stalking you. Says it's funny. I've been to all these stops, all these very famous people. People casually announce. You rarely hear here in Florence, or maybe in the islands like Capri, but not like in this big city like Florence or Rome. Usually that you find out that maybe weeks later. Modena is the home of Ferrari and Maserati, says Maurizio. Yes, Maurizio. And Jersey Shore were the Millennial Illuminati. Indeed they were. And those billionaires are weirdos, says Kat. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Get an extension for your visa and stay longer. Loving your travel. So if you want me to feature more Europe, then contact the BBC. So send an email to the BBC telling them gently, please don't threaten them in any way, shape, or form. Ask nicely that they hire me as a show host. Let's stay here. Ask nicely, please. Please, nothing more than that. And B. Griffith says, call Boris. That would be a second option, yes. If you could call Boris, maybe he could give me some type of media visa for the UK. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome and always keep on Medici chapel. Highly recommend it. Wonderful chapel to visit. And I'll see you this weekend. I'll be back with other videos this weekend. Arrivederci, amici. Arrivederci, amici.